All right, what do we got next, Johnny? Last week we talked about the Detroit Lions because they had just whooped up. I believe it was the Bears at the time, right? And just
Yeah.
killed them, embarrassed them, and they looked awesome on offense. Now Miami Dolphins, I just read that they have the NFL record for most
Speed,
yards,
speed,
points,
speed, speed.
and the top 7 speed players in the NFL are all on the Dolphins. Their offense is lights out. So they have
Mm-hmm.
so many stars. He didn't even put Tyreek Hill on this list because
Yeah. I mean, it's like
you got to have Tyreek Hill.
you haven't even got Tua on there. I mean,
Yeah, we don't even have Tua. Well, yeah, you're going to play Tua like that.
Well, actually, it looks like I have the picture of Tyreek Hill, but I forgot to put his name on it, and I forgot to put A-Chain in. That's what it is.
yeah, I was going to say that's
Because
the cheater there in the corner, isn't it?
because I tried to squeeze in Claypool because it just arrived.
Yeah,
So
and just think, I think Jeff Wilson is on the team as
Jeff
well,
Wilson
right?
Jr.
He's
is
on
still
the
he's
IR.
on
He's
IR,
going to
but
come back.
he's on IR, but he's not rushing back.
Yeah,
Need to rush
just
back.
imagine when he comes back. I mean, so
yeah. So basically, you've got A-Chain, Hill. Did A-Chain have the fastest run? Then Hill did it with the next play.
Yep.
Something like that.
A-Chain was 21.8 miles an hour, and then Hill came in and did 22 miles an hour.
yeah,
And he still
Didn't
got
score a
caught as well.
touchdown with it. Yeah.
I was watching Red
Yeah.
Zone when they did that. Yeah,
And Mostat's pretty fast as well, and Waddle's pretty fast.
yeah. Most
Claypool,
had the number 3 fastest, I believe.
yeah.
So the top 7, there are 3 players. Hill
Yeah.
number 1, A-Chain number 2, and then Mostert. And then the other 4 fastest speeds are all
Hill and
Hill,
Chain again.
A-Chain, and Mostert. So I mean, the
It's
top
just,
7
and then they've
are those
and then
3
they've added
guys.
Chase Claypool, who's no slouch.
Yeah,
Claypool is no
and
slouch.
then you have Waddle that had a good game today.
I know.
It was nice to see him get his TD finally.
Yeah, so it's almost an embarrassment of riches there. But you can say this, the Niners have got that sort of similar thing where people look at it and go, "That's just not fair." You've got, Ayuk and CMC
Yeah.
and Kittle but this is just pure speed, isn't it? McDaniel's just gone out and gone, I want to run quick, I want to do motions, and you're just not going to be able. You can't cover all of these. You can't keep up with all of these.
That's right.
The only potential sort of if you can get to Tua, the O line's not quite up to the. But then I'm saying you got to give them time to get open, but you don't really need to give Tyreek Hill that much time to get open, right? It's the first step,
Yeah.
first 2 steps, and he's gone. So, yeah, some of the lanes that they're opening on their running game, they've obviously borrowed heavily from McDaniel's time in the West Coast. So he's taken a lot of the motion, he's taken a lot of the pre-snap work with him, and it's paying dividends down there in Florida. But yeah, it's I think the only weakness I would suggest on the offense is the tight end who's not very mentioned in any of the
He's
conversation.
putting up, I think he's top 10 right now. Let me see. Let me go into sleep. Let me find out where he is in our, let's see, players, tight end 2023 season in points. Smith is top 20. Yeah, so he's not up there as high as I thought.
There's only one ball, right?
Wait. I had ADP. Let me change this. Yeah, that's right. There is only one ball, and when there's only one ball, who are you gonna? That leads to the question I have with like Mostert and A-Chain. Are they must starts every week now? I mean, there's 2 running backs. There's one ball, right? There's already got Waddle and Hill. You got to start Waddle every week, right?
Mm-hmm. Because it's a toughie though, isn't it? Because you think you'd like to start Hill, but you got to think that teams are going to start doubling Hill, which should then lead to Waddle starting to eat a lot more. But the running back situation is a tricky one because you'd think, can you afford for them both to start and have that's your running back, room for that week? Because what happens if Mostert gets a hot hand and McDaniels just sticks with him and H just sitting on the bench or coming in for third down or whatever else? Yeah, I'd almost say that H-Han is probably a better bet for starting than Mostert now.
Yeah, I think you're right.
I think he's on the ups, whereas they know what Raheem can do, and he still can do it very well. But I think they like Achan a little more because he's their rookie, he's come through and stuff. So it's a tough one, but yeah, you definitely gonna be wanting to get some Miami offense into your team in whatever way you can. But unfortunately, they're all going to be costly now.
Exactly. It's one of those things that you want Achane on your team, but every week you're wondering, is he going to get his touches?
Is he going to get enough feeds? Is he going to get enough touch? I mean, although what was he getting? I think this week he got something insane like 16 yards a carry. It was some
Yeah, the first half,
ludicrous
man, he
stat.
was. Oh my god, the first 3 carries, I think he had 100 yards.
Just like
100.
and so you see some of them, and nobody's even laying a hand on him, and he's
Yeah,
like,
it's crazy. That Dolphins offense, I haven't seen one like that since the Rams back in the early 2000s when they had Falk and Warner and Isaac Bruce and Torrey Holt. That was an amazing offense. Even their third wide receiver, shoot, I can't remember his name now. It was a funny name. They were awesome. And yeah, this Dolphin offense, I think, is for real until Tua gets hurt.
Till Tua gets hurt, or they come up against a division rival, because Buffalo kind of gave them a bit of a hiding, which is weird when you consider where Buffalo have ended up after that. It was Miami came off the 70-20, and yeah, I mean it's an up and down. When they fire, they're absolutely terrifying, but they look like they can get off the boil as well. So
I'd love to know Luke's opinion on this. Let's see if he's here. Luke is a huge Dolphins fan. But by the way, next week we'll be doing the 49ers, I believe. So doing it.
Oh, I see. I like that. Huh.
All right.